and regulate the activities of designated non-financial business and professions, DNFBPs, across the country. Please note that the SCUMO certificate is not a guarantee of legitimacy of any business. To register, visit www.scumo.org. For collection of certificate, visit any EFCC office nearest to you. Remember, registration is free.
SCUMO, securing Nigeria's business environment. This message is from Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Time don't come for every man to fight for the soul of we country, Nigeria. Now, who go save our fatherland? Who go rescue Nigeria? Now, only one man is stand gidigba and he ready for the battle. Now, man we will fit trust Kankpe. He get experience, he get sense, and we all know him. In name na Atiku Abubakar. We they call him the unifier, and in job now to save we country and bring our people together. He get Nigeria for mind, and he ready to work make Nigeria safe and better again. Atiku they come together with Ifeanyi Okowa. This team na heleleo. This no be time for sentiment or paddy. No, this na time for competence. This man sabi job wella. Atiku na the answer and solution for a brighter and safer tomorrow. Make we vote Atiku for president for 2023. Vote PDP. Power to the people. Na Atiku Okowa coalition Edo State bring una this message.
It starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody. You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay. Say it's just business, all about the money. You know they're on a fast lane, but you've got business to run, so you look away the other way. It concerns you. It'll kill it all, it'll kill dreams. It'll land people for jail. War against drug abuse.
In me, it depends you, it depends us, it depends everybody. Yes, but war, bloodshed, scatter, come out, it no go solve them. This one they talk and make them go if they want go. This one they talk, we go come out, we go. This one say, make we scatter, make we burn, make we do everything. When you scatter finish, where you go? Okay, you go take private jet, carry your family go. But make I ask you, what about your uncle, mama, auntie, brother, sister? What about them? Remember, who throws stone for market? You don't know whether the stone go touch your own person. If the two will go come out from your mouth, you no go fit gather us together as one people. Shut up with please. War no get friend. You don't know language, you don't know anything. So if our get too much, make we sit down at the table of dialogue. Nigeria na my own, Nigeria na your own, Nigeria na our own. Make we come together, keep them together.
You're still watching the network news. Bigwigs in Nigeria's political terrain should encourage behaviors devoid of violent antagonism to allow the country's democracy grow. APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu said this during his courtesy call on Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State before the APC presidential and governorship campaign rally in Ibadan. Musbaudan Wahab reports.
After an initial postponement, the APC presidential campaign train was finally in the pace-setter state to convince the more than 3.2 million registered voters here for support. The rally turned out to be a carnival as party loyalists gave an expression to their optimism with their turnout at the iconic Makbo Square. The long wait was not in vain as Asiwaju presented the APC governorship candidate in Oyo State, Teslim Folarin, with enthusiastic supporters confident that the party is in for good show at the polls next week.
His Excellency, Asiwaju.
The APC presidential candidate took his mission to Governor Seyi Makinde, calling for peace across political divides.
It's about time we
politics from different prisms away, and I remove all antagonistic behaviors from the surface of it.
The governor, a member of a PDP G5, commented on the stand of his group.
The G5 and the Integrity Group were saying that, look, if we have to choose between the unity of this country and our political aspirations, we will choose the unity of this country.
The Tinubu-Shettima campaign team also had a meeting with traditional rulers from across the southwest. From Ibadan, Musbao and Wahab, NTA News.
The APC Presidential Campaign Council has described as fake news a viral news published by the People's Gazette claiming that its candidate Bola Tinubu has asked APC governors to ignore President Muhammad Buhari's broadcast and enforce the Supreme Court's ruling on the recirculation of old Naira notes. In a statement by the Director, Media and Publicity of the Council, Bayo Onanuga, said Tinubu never issued such an order and that Dele Alake, the APC PCC advisor on media and communications, never issued such advisory on behalf of Asiwaju Tinubu. He added that the APC presidential candidate has been known since the currency swap crisis started to call for calm as authorities try to find solution to the currency situation. The statement also acknowledged that Tinubu has held several meetings with President Buhari over the matter, and it is unthinkable that he would instruct APC governors to disregard President Muhammadu Buhari's order on the currency matter. The statement adds that Asiwaju has had no influence in the decision of state governors who have commented on the issue. Now, the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, invites state governors of the party to an emergency meeting. The party's national publicity secretary, Felix Moka, in a statement said the emergency meeting will hold on Sunday, February 19, 2023 by 2 p.m. at the party's national secretariat, Abuja. Barely a week to the presidential election, the All Progressives Congress is expanding its campaign strategies. The party's zonal, state and local government women leaders converged on Abuja to take some last-minute decisions in the interest of the party. Saliu Granara reports.
Since the inception of the current Fourth Republic, reports from the Independent National Electoral Commission has shown that women have maintained the lead with the highest number of registered voters. This strength is what is motivating the APC zonal, state and local government women leaders at a strategic engagement that climaxes the campaign by the women wing of the 2023 Tinubu-Shettima presidential campaign.
And I know you all needed this recognition. Okay, we are not ungrateful people. You will get to know us if opportunity is given to us.
The task ahead of us truly is not going to be easy, but inshallah, with our determination, focus, and prayers, we're going to deliver APC.
As soon as you leave this hall and find your way back to your state and your polling unit, the real job starts.
This election victory is not for Bola Tinubu and Kashim Shettima. It's for APC.
It was resolved here that before the presidential election, the women need to show more commitment through their actions before they can count their desired blessings. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the campaign train of the new Nigeria People's Party arrived at Abakaliki, the Ebonyi state capital, where it hosted the people of the southeast. Fortunate also reports that the presidential candidate of the party, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, promised to run an all-inclusive government where basic education as well as primary health care will be free and affordable.
The campaign rally, which brought together party stalwarts of the new Nigeria People's Party from the southeastern part of the country, commenced with a road walk in major streets of Abakaliki to affirm their unflinching support to the candidacy of Dr. Rabiu Kwankwaso and other candidates of the party.
Our government will take care of everything health. The health of women and children will be free.
We are bringing education, quality education, from kindergarten to the university.
Our presidential candidate, Senator Dr. Musa Rabiu Kwankwaso, stands for a new Nigeria.
The vice presidential candidate, Bishop Benson Edahosa, thanked the Southeast for their support.
He has felt your affliction, not just you, the entire country. We are in an economic quagmire. God has raised him up to deliver you, deliver me.
There was presentation of flags to the party's governorship candidates, as well as candidates vying for other positions in the zone. In Abakaliki, Fortunate Ozo, NTA News.
Genuine dialogue with representatives of communities towards a united and sustainable economy is what the presidential candidate of the National Rescue Movement, Felix Johnson Osakwe, says he will prioritize if elected president of Nigeria. The presidential candidate harped on this while unveiling his manifesto in Abuja. Joseph Otsen reports.
Next week, we'll see Nigerians go to the polls to elect the next president of the country and National Assembly members. Capacity of candidates and what they bring to the table towards development of the country is likely to influence choices made by the electorate.
New, exciting.
Here is the presidential candidate of the National Rescue Movement, Felix Johnson Osakwe, with his ideas tagged Rising Nigeria Again.
When we police our communities, by allowing the traditional rulers and the youth to come together, when we have a database for whoever in our community in all the 774 local governments, when we now begin to dialogue with the right people, and we have the state police, when we put all this together, I believe that Nigerians can go to sleep with their two eyes closed.
Osakwe is looking forward to building a government that will empower citizens to be self-sufficient, with easy access to healthcare and diversified economy. In Abuja, Joseph Otsen, NTA News.
In the same vein, the vice presidential candidate of Labour Party, Dr. Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed, has charged Nigerians to come out in their numbers and vote Labour Party in next week's presidential election to build the Nigeria of their dreams. This was while briefing newsmen in Abuja on the party's readiness for the polls. Ekene Undulwe reports.
It is a week to Nigeria's big election, and the decision of who takes charge of the country seemingly rests in the hands of voters. Dati Baba Ahmed is grateful to Nigerians for the support so far, and once again is assuring voters that Labour Party is better positioned to take the country out of the woods.
Today I call on all Nigerians of goodwill, Nigerians who care about the youth, to come out en masse and vote Labour Party. We offer Nigerians a leadership with character we know, with proven records of competence we can trust.
The vice presidential candidate is promising accountability in leadership while urging INEC to maintain neutrality in the elections. With the finish line in sight, the Obedience, as supporters of P2B call themselves, is announcing a nationwide rally on Saturday the 18th of February to drive support for the Labour Party presidential candidate. In Abuja, Ekene Ndulwe, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Allied People's Movement, APM, has adopted the presidential and vice presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar and Ifeanyi Okowa, for the 25th February 2023 presidential election. The party's national chairman, Yusuf Maman Dantale, said that decision was reached at the party's National Executive Committee meeting. After evaluating the democratic credentials of Atiku Abubakar and Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, the Allied People's Movement considers it appropriate to adopt them in the forthcoming election.
The organ of the party is the National Executive Committee, and the National Executive Committee sat and took decision that what is happening Out of the 18 registered political parties and the candidate contesting is only one person that will emerge the president. You cannot have two presidents. APM is egalitarian in nature. It is not a do-or-die thing.
The party says it will contest all other elective positions. And hundreds of youth and women took to the streets in Yola, Adamawa State capital, on a road walk to canvass support for the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar ahead of the presidential election. Wife of the PDP presidential candidate Titi Abubakar also joined the walk to ensure victory of the party. Simon Asher tells us more.
The road, which is to canvass votes for Atiku Abubakar, saw youths and women, among other supporters of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), going to the streets of Yola to identify with the plans, programs of action of the PDP presidential candidate for a better Nigeria if given the mandate. The solidarity work started from PZ Roundabout and terminated at Police Barracks Flyover Bridge, chanting solidarity songs with placards indicating their interest on the presidential ambition of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar.
This solidarity work is to show that Waziri Atiku Abubakar is the man youths want now.
The wife of the PDP presidential candidate, Titi Atiku Abubakar, says a vote for Atiku is a vote for the prosperity of the nation.
Anywhere my husband went to, he has been well received. And the accolades is very high, the expectation is very high. People are they are in very, very high spirit.
With the kind of support in the home state of Atiku Abubakar, PDP members say victory is assured for the former vice president. In Yola, Simon Asher, NTA News.
And for more reports on the network news, let's join Adeola in Lagos. Hello, Adeola.
Hello, Elizabeth. Prayer is one powerful tool that believers use to communicate to their Creator, to set their path straight when in need and distress. As the race to the February presidential election nears its climax, members of Ansarudin Society of Nigeria in Lagos are seeking the face of Allah for mercy and a peaceful, credible and violent-free election. Annie Daniels reports.
There can be no better time to ask for guidance, direction, peace and harmony from God than now, when Nigerians are getting set to elect new leadership who will steer the affairs of government at various levels for the next 4 years. This gathering by Ansarudin Society of Nigeria is targeted at praying against forces that may manipulate the election. National Missioner of the Society, Abdurrahman Ahmad, says Nigeria has experienced many challenges, adding that it was the prayers of the faithful that had kept the country together, emphasizing on the gains of unity.
And the fact that we need to address those challenges head on. We need to pray for our leaders. We need to pray for ourselves. We need to pray for a peaceful election. We need to pray for a stable country.
The occasion was also a platform to call on Nigerians to come out without any fear to perform their civic responsibilities and shun all forms of violence before, during and after the election.
They should not give any room for violence or for anything that can cause violence. So in doing that, you've fulfilled some part of what you are enshrined to do in any religion.
We always enjoin our people, irrespective of their busy schedule, to ensure that on the day of elections, they are there to cast their vote.
There was supplication for Allah's protection and continuous peace in Nigeria. In Lagos, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
The beauty of African culture was on display as young Nigerians from different schools converged on Lagos to showcase their creative skills and talents in various ways. Diana Ajala reports that the event was put together by the Center for Black African Art and Civilization, CBAC, with the aim to unleash the great potential in children as a way of promoting the rich African cultural heritage among the younger generation.
call it Children Talent Hunt, and you want to be wrong. The primary focus here is harnessing the creative potential of the African child. The sounds produced from the talking drum, traditional chants, horns of the saxophone, high vibrating rhythm of the board in response to the beats, and the tones of songs and the harmony of dance steps, and more, reflect the true African culture. 6-year-old talking drummer, Sofiat Olaide, who came fully prepared, did not disappoint her audience. For the children, it is a rare opportunity to showcase their talents.
Like me now, I've not gone to any show that I'll be able to do something like this. I think they gave me the opportunity to express myself.
First time my mom one day, Mommy, you want to go and learn talking drum. She said, is everything that you want to learn? I said, yes, this talking drum, I must learn it.
This platform by CBAC is expected to discover untapped raw talents among young Nigerians to build a career for themselves.
It is better for us to start checking the gifts God has given each and every one of us. We'll try as much as possible to bring out these gifts that God has given them.
Participants were not only presented with certificates, but went home with cash token and several trophies. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
Just a way to discover them. You're still watching the news on the network service of the NTA. Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on the screen for updates. There'll be more reports after this timeout to stay on.
The Industrial Training Fund, ITF, in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, cordially invite the general public to the official closing ceremony of the National Industrial Skills Development Program, NISDP. His Excellency, Right Honorable Barrister Simon Bakolalong, CON, the Executive Governor of Plateau State, will be the special guest of honor, while the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Otumba Richard Adeni Adebayo, and the Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Miriam Yalwaji Katagum, will be distinguished guest of honor. The Director General and Chief Executive of Industrial Training Fund, Sir Joseph N. Ari, will be the chief host. Date, Tuesday, 21st February 2023. Venue, ITF Multipurpose Hall, Headquarters Complex, Jos. Time, 10 a.m. Invited guests are expected to be seated by 9:30 a.m. ITF, developing the nation's human resource. Announcer, ITF Management.
The new Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. So, no need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids. Milo 3-in-1 is such a smart choice. Milo, energy to go further.
From Nestle.
Hey, Chidi! See your son. Okay, you don't listen every day.
Good morning.
Good morning. Why is your sun shining like this?
Can't you see that Harmattan season is here? We need to protect our children from this dry weather.
What about the invisible germs?
Invisible germs?
During Harmattan, it's not enough to only protect your skin. You also need protection from these invisible germs. To protect our families, we use Dettol.
Our new toothpaste, Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection.
Why are we changing our toothpaste?
Because with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, I can be sure your teeth are cavity-free.
When you brush daily with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, its expert formula locks natural calcium in our teeth and helps protect them from cavity. Colgate is the world's most chosen toothpaste.
Colgate locks calcium in,
keeps cavities out.
My son has always
always dreamt of being in the spotlight. That's why I give him Born Vita for everyday vitality that gives him the strength to pursue his dreams. Born Vita, strength to dream.
Mommy, it is time for us to leave this place.
One of your earrings is missing.
No one will find it.
I'm not willing to take that chance.
Have a big plan, Mommy.
What do you want?
I want a senior position at the bank. If anything happens to me, go through the content of this envelope and check every single thing.
It's done. No one will ever find out the truth.
Glad to know you're still there. It's 1 week to the 2023 general elections, and the Nigerian Army is warning criminals to stay away from the process as security agencies are on standby to deal with threats. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya gave the warning at the inauguration of Course 7 of the Nigerian Army War College in Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
Forthcoming general election is an endorsement that Nigeria has really embraced democracy as the Fourth Republic experienced constant civilian transitions. Top in preparation for a successful electioneering process is the provision of a secured environment for the elections.
I want to assure the nation of the commitment and resolve Nigerian Army along with the other services, agencies and stakeholders of our preparedness to provide conducive environment for a free, fair, and credible election. Criminals, thugs, hooligans, and miscreants are advised in their own interest to abide by the laws of the nation.
Similarly, security agencies and administrators have been enjoined to dominate ungoverned space and protect the cyber domain to provide a secured environment for national development.
Preemptive actions and response times to incidents need to be enhanced. This will require the full implementation of the OBATs through massive recruitment and acquisition of equipment.
7 allied military officers are among the 73 participants inaugurated at the Course 7 of the War College Nigeria for the 2023 session. Ismail Musa, NTA News.
And as Nigerians prepare for the forthcoming general elections, the Federal Road Safety Corps is deploying a total of 21,783 personnel, 769 vehicles, 139 ambulances, and 33 heavy, medium, and light-duty tow trucks. This, the Corps says, is part of its commitment towards ensuring a smooth, hitch-free, and very successful outing. The Corps Marshal, Dauda Biu, called for enforcement of restriction of movement by ensuring prompt blockage of roads at entry points to prevent unauthorized movements across polling units, as well as screening and accreditation of vehicles hired by INEC from road transport unions for conveyance of sensitive and non-sensitive materials, among others. To land administration, the Gombe Geographic Information Systems has successfully migrated from analog to digital system of land administration in the state. Emmanuel Akila reports that the agency has commenced issuance of digital certificates to landowners.
To ensure a seamless transition from the analog system with its attendant delay, GOGIS used aerial photo technology to capture the imagery of the land within the borders of the state. The processed information now gives the agency easy access to all lands available for development.
Now over 20,000 files have been captured in our database. Now the files, you can access them digitally. This helps us to detect and prevent distortions, encroachment, and forgery.
Property owners who are the first to collect the digital certificates appreciate the attainment of such feat by GOGIS, as it gives them a sense of security to land ownership.
The coordinates of the land can be captured easily, and so that now makes it impossible for somebody to come and claim a property that has been assigned to you as an individual.
That my property is authentic.
Face of God for the successful conduct of the 2023 general elections. Adeni Itaro reports that historical significance of holy sites such as River Jabok and city of Gadara visited by the pilgrims provided needed inspiration for prayers.
They all came
with a shared mandate to stand in the gap for Nigeria, especially at this critical time in our political history. And pray they did, in keeping with the charge given by the Executive Secretary of the Nigeria Christian Pilgrim Commission, Reverend Yakubu Pam, who witnessed their departure from Abuja to the Holy Land of Jordan.
This river is very cold as it flows freely, but there is a lot of history behind it. This is River Jabbok in Jordan, where, according to the Bible, Jacob, now known as Israel, had a fight with an angel and had his name changed from that of a supplanter to Israel. It is one of the sites that, pilgrims from Nigeria are very excited to visit.
Because Jacob's name was changed to Israel, and so I believe that God will change Nigeria to become a very peaceful country.
Time heals, so it's for us also in Nigeria to know that God has brought us together irrespective of our tribe and religion, that we should know that time should heal certain things, and then we should be able to reconcile our differences so that we can move forward.
We are around Case Gadara.
Afterward, they traversed the hilly and tricky trail that led to the city of Gadara, another holy site spanning more than 2 millennia. The biblical account of how Jesus delivered 2 men afflicted by evil spirits and the sight of the first church in Gadara are enough to inspire another round of prayers for self and nation.
Father, we have come here. Oh Lord, have mercy upon Nigeria.
And as a journalist saddled with coverage of the coming polls, it was only fitting that I joined in the prayers for a safe outing for myself and other colleagues. From the city of Gadara in Jordan, Adeni Itaiwo, NTA News.
In the attention of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission has been drawn to a communication from the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation on Saudi Arabian authorities intensifying crackdown on undocumented foreigners in their country. In the communication to the federal government, the Saudi authority notes that more than 45,000 foreigners were arrested for various offences, ranging from violation of residency rules, illegal border crossing attempts, and irregular migration. NIDCOM therefore urges Nigerians travelling to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia without proper documentation not to do so, as Saudi authorities have heightened a clampdown on migrants. And it's time to talk business, and our businessman, Busy Benny, is here. Benny?
Thank you, Elizabeth. You're welcome to business. The management of the Nigerian Investment Promotion Council says Nigeria is a country that guarantees return on investment. Speaking to members of the diplomatic corps from across the world in Abuja, the Executive Secretary of NIPC, Sarat Umar, informed the international community of efforts being put in place to ensure Nigeria becomes a constant preferred investment destination of choice and asked for increased patronage.
The central and strategic role of the NIPC in the coordination of all investment promotion is being activated to ensure Nigeria's investment promotion drive is given traction to onboard investment into the different sectors of the Nigerian economy.
And oil prices recorded losses of more than 2% as strong U.S. economic data heightened concerns that the Federal Reserve would further tighten monetary policy to tackle inflation, a move that could hit fuel demand. Brent crude futures dropped 96 cents to $84.18 per barrel on Friday, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures shed 97 cents, 1.2% loss to $77.52. Data shows that the U.S. Producer Price Index rose 0.7% in January after declining 0.2% in December. And taking a look at the stock market closed the last trading day for the week on negative territory with 53,804.46 basis points, a total of 172.9 million shares in 3,077 deals, corresponding to a market value of 3.765 billion naira were traded. Compared with the previous trading day, Thursday, today's data shows 37% improvement in volume, 5% improvement in turnover, and 15% improvement in deals. The current market capitalization is 29.3 trillion naira. FBN Holdings recorded the highest volume of 47.4 million traded shares, followed by Zenith Bank 16.9 million and Access Holdings 13.6 million. Well, that is business, but Network News continues with Elizabeth.
Thank you so much, Benny, for the updates. Let's take a last break. We'll be right back.
The new Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. So, no need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids. Milo 3-in-1 is such a smart choice. Milo, energy to go further.
From Nestle.
Good morning.
Good morning. Why is your sun shining like this?
Can't you see that Harmattan season is here? We need to protect our children from this dry weather.
What about the invisible germs?
Invisible germs?
During Harmattan, it's not enough to only protect your skin. You also need protection from these invisible germs. To protect our families, we use Dettol.
When life gets busy, you can always rely on GoTV to make things a little easier. Upgrade to the next package and we'll boost you to a higher package for free. GoTV. Love it.
As the 2023 elections draw near, remember, evil prospers when good men and women only wish for peace, but never take a step to make peaceful elections happen. Are you a father? Are you a mother? What are you saying to your children as elections approach? Have you warned them not to let themselves be used to cause violence? Have you explained to them what the consequences of electoral violence might be? Do your part to make peaceful elections happen. Talk to your children. Protect them from unscrupulous politicians who want to put them in harm's way, while their own children are comfortable at home, within and outside the country. Let's join hands to make 2023 elections peaceful. This message is from the National Orientation Agency, NOAA.
A body has been found, possibly a child.
I think I have something.
I think it's another ritual murder.
Stop!
Hold on. That's the car we saw this morning.
So what do we know about these so-called senior cult members?
It appears their real strength lies in their members now in government, judiciary, business, and the police.
Now, this is getting interesting.
Thanks for staying. We can take our sports stories now to watch out in subsequent bulletins. Do bear with us. And before we go, let's take a look at what the weather would look like tomorrow, Saturday.
Journals. Poor visibilities were reported over the country in the last 72 hours, especially over the north, and we expect further reduction as we have fresh dust over Chad Republic, which may likely keep the north central and the inland cities of the south in thick dust haze condition, though few places in the south should witness little improvement later in the day, while moderate dust haze should continue to prevail over the coast. Air quality is hazardous for everyone living in Edo, Kano, Katsina, and Jigawa, and may prompt emergency condition alerts. Therefore, use of face masks is highly recommended. And that's where we conclude the weather forecast. I'm Sophia Senginusa. Thank you for watching.
And that's the